In your very first season for softball, led by Coach Chris and Kate Malveaux, the coaches Malveaux, we are going to the NCAA tournament. And I don't think this is probably a shock, Austin, that we're here. Auburn's had the quality within its program outside of coaches, I think, to maintain some reasonability to reach this point. But year one, having been through some of the SEC conference struggles that they have, this is a nice, I want to say surprise. It's just a confirmation that maybe we are getting things stabilized and heading in the right direction.
Yeah, well, we talked about, if you go back to the early episodes of the softball season, we talked about how well this team had done in non-conference, playing some big-time opponents, but also staging some comebacks, racking up some wins that kind of helped the way this would go. We knew softball in the SEC would be a struggle. It is for most teams, and the competition you play week in and week out is just brutal. So, I'm not super surprised, like you said, because we saw the success in the non-conference season that's going to help in the eyes of a committee when you look at the SEC. And then they go through the SEC, certainly struggled, had some momentum going into the tournament, and then we're one and done. But I think the biggest thing of all is this is a team that's going to finishes last in the SEC, but it ends up being a 2 seed in a regional.
That's wild.
It's pretty wild.
That's wild.
and speaks to the depth of the SEC and the league that they're in. I think that certainly helped them. I think the momentum here on the back half helped them as well. But a 2 seed when you were the last team in your conference, that's probably never been heard of. So, but look, they're going back to a familiar place in Tallahassee, and we'll look to make some more noise.
At least it ain't Clemson. Can we just all agree on that?
Praise the Lord.
Jeez. I just knew when that – I was thankful to see we got into the tournament, but I just knew the next line was going to be in the Clemson Regional. Thankfully, it's not. But it has to be one of the two, I feel like, these days. We go to Clemson, Florida State. It's just so much – there's connective tissue there amongst a lot of sports, and with good reason. I don't resent that in any way. But your Tigers are there, as you said, as a 2 seed, which I think is a little bit – it's not shocking. I don't want to sit here and disparage the efforts that have been made this year, but I think struggles in the SEC first year, there's laying a new foundation, but playing 5 seed, is that who it is? Yeah.
5 seed overall.
Five seed overall, Florida State. Robert Morris is also in there, Auburn, and then South Florida. So I guess it's Auburn, South Florida pairing, and then Florida State, Robert Morris. So if you go by seeds, Auburn's got a good shot maybe to at least make this interesting and go toe-to-toe with the Seminoles, which I think we'd all be very much interested to watch and see that go down with all of our history. But here we are at the very tiptoeing towards the end of the first year under the coaches Malveaux. But it is not done yet, folks. Tune in this week and let's see how they do. And we'll certainly recap that the next time we get together.